Hey you guys, I hope you're having a lovely day. We're gonna make this video as short and sweet as possible. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna share the new technique I actually learned just recently. I actually shared about this on my Instagram because I just couldn't believe that it actually worked. So this technique is like a flawless complexion technique, perfect especially if you have oily skin like I do or big pores and so on, and it keeps the makeup on all day long. Like, mind-blowing, because I tested and tried it for 1 week. I did this every day. I don't know why I never tried this before. To start with, you need to make sure your face is nicely moisturized, so use whatever moisturizer you use. Second step, what we're gonna do, we're gonna use the face primer. So I'm gonna use the Revolution Pro Protect Soft Focus Primer SPF 50. Saying this, using a primer, if you're not a primer person, and I know a lot of people don't like primers, you can skip this part. Just make sure you're using face cream, like face moisturizer, because one or both you gotta use. Okay, so the face primer, I'm just gonna take some on the hand and just gonna work into my face. Make sure it's nicely moisturized, you know. Okay, next thing what we're gonna do, I know loads of you will be like, what is she doing? But trust me, trust the process. So next thing what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the setting powder. I'm gonna use the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Press Powder, as this one is my absolute go-to setting powder. I'm gonna take a tiny bit of a powder and press into face. Not a lot of powder. I know loads of you will be like, well, powder before you know cream, because we're gonna use the cream foundation, but trust me, like, trust the process. So for this I'm gonna use the b.u.beauty setting powder brush. If you don't know this yet, guys, I own b.u.beauty. That's my baby, that's my brand. I'm not taking much product. I'm just gonna press in. Not gonna do something like this or anything, just press in the powder. Especially if you have oily skin, make sure to press in the T-zone, like the most oily parts. For me is, you know, my nose, around my nose, my forehead. But for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna go lower face. If you like dewy looking makeup, don't worry, it's not gonna affect much. Like, it's not gonna make you super dry or, you know, super matte, but it's gonna do its magic. I mean, just trust the process. So just a tiny bit on the brush, like barely visible, and just press into the face. I'm doing this faster because it's not the first time I'm doing it, but if you're doing this the first time, make sure you're pressing this in. You know, like, don't overdo with the powder. Make sure it's just a tiny bit on the brush. Don't go, you know, you know what I mean. Alright, so next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna take the setting spray and full on spray the face. So I'm gonna be using the Pixie Beauty, the Makeup Fixing Mist Rose Water and Green Tea. All I'm gonna do is spray entire face and then wait for it to dry before I'm gonna go with another step. Very important to wait for it to dry. Okay, let's do it. Hope you guys can see I'm proper drenching this. So I'm gonna wait a minute or two for it to dry, and then I'm gonna come back to use with another step. So the face is nice and dry. The setting spray, I mean, dried off. Next thing, we're gonna go with our like normal makeup routine, foundation, the concealer, and so on. Also, it's very important what tools you're using and so on. So for the foundation, I'm gonna go with my current favorite NYX Can't Stop One Step. I'm using the color Natural. And for the brush, I'm gonna use the b.u.beauty Flathead Foundation. Now, this brush is specially made for super sensitive skin. I mean, all the brushes been specially created for sensitive skin because I have super sensitive skin, so I've been creating basically all the products for myself. It blends any foundation to the pure perfection. I mean, if you're struggling with, you know, having flawless looking foundation, you gotta try this brush. I'm not even joking. Tapping on. And just gonna blend this. So always starting from the middle of the face with the foundation, so you're not left with too much product on the outer corner. So if you're gonna start from here, then you're gonna kind of concentrate all the foundation in here and it might not look, you know, perfectly blended. So always start, like, I usually start by applying on the nose or close to the nose, and then I work all this foundation out. Another important thing, if you don't want, you know, creases sitting under your eyes, like foundation to crease under your eyes, make sure not to apply any I know it sounds bizarre once again. So make sure not to apply any foundation on the eyes because we're gonna go on the top with the concealer. So basically the less cream under your eyes, the less chance for it to crease. So because we're gonna go with concealer after, there is absolutely no point to apply the, foundation under the eyes. Okay. This is more than enough actually to blend through, so I'm just gonna do that. Alright, so foundation is on, and next thing you can just follow up with your usual routine. Like I'm gonna do the concealer. I'm using the Revolution C1 Conceal and Define. Actually guys, if you want, I can do video on different contour techniques, like for the face shape, because the way you do your contour changes literally your face shape, let me know and I can film that video. Let's apply the setting powder again. So I'm coming back to the same It Cosmetics by Pores powder. Once again, I'm gonna use the b.u.beauty setting powder brush, and this time I'm gonna tap in a bit more powder. Because first time we used a tiny dab. This time I'm going like more. Not crazy though, not baking or anything, but just a bit more to keep the foundation in place all day. So you can just concentrate on your oily zone if you want, or in a T-zone, or go full on face, like especially if you still need to wear face masks. So then go full on face to make sure you keep your foundation in place all day. I'm gonna finish doing my makeup. I'm gonna powder contour, and then I'm gonna come back to you with finished look. But I'm sure you guys can see already how flawless the skin looks. I mean, the pores look smaller. This is like mind-blowing technique. I don't know why I never used this before. That's why I shared on my Instagram reviews when I tried it for the very first time, because I was just like, how I didn't know about this, because wow. Like literally wow. Okay, I'm gonna finish off contour and come back to this with finished look, but I think you already know the Hey guys, I'm back. As you see, I finished doing my makeup. But guys, I just hope you are able to see how flawless it looks like. I'm trying to come closer to my camera. I don't know how I never ever tried this technique before. This is a technique that I'm using now every day, and I highly recommend you try too, especially if you have big pores, oily skin like I do, or in general you want your makeup to look flawless all day long, and for it not to crease and so on, because mind-blowing technique. I don't know why I never tried this before. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you're gonna try this technique, if you maybe tried this already in the past and you've been using this, if I should do more like tips and tricks makeup videos, because some things for me are obvious and I don't even think that it's a tip or trick, but if I tell anyone, they're like, oh, I never knew that. So maybe I should do more things like that. Leave a comment down below. Let me know if you enjoyed watching this video. As always, please don't forget to press the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more, and yeah, I shall see you soon. Thank you so much for watching, and bye. Have an amazing day, guys. Ciao.